Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Sports Talk, man. Hey, I appreciate you here. While you're here, man, hit the likes, subscribe, and hit the notification for when I post, man. You can see it, man. All right, this is your boy Recap. What's going on, man? The NFL draft coming tonight. Before I know it's gonna be a lot of bad mistakes. There's a lot of great players that were college stars. That's all. I'm gonna let me list the top 10 draft busts. I know as a Jets fan, there's a lot more I'm gonna talk about, but I'm gonna list top 10 draft busts from multiple teams, and then I'm gonna go with the Jets. I know that there's a lot of fans that's pushing for the Jets to pick the tight end. We don't need Brock, bro. We don't need him. We don't need him. If Aaron Rodgers stay healthy, we're good. And we've been there before. Trust me, man. There's other receivers. We got Marvin Harrison. We got Ondunze. We don't need a tight end. But we'll see. But anyway, man, let me go. Let me talk about this. The biggest NFL draft bust. All right. Number one, of course. Well, it's a toss-up, right? Between Zach Wilson and Jamarcus Russell. Jamarcus Russell was just lazy. And in 2007, by the Raiders, he was just lazy. But I don't think, if he worked, he would have been good. He was a star in college. The guy would be on his knees launching balls from end zone to end zone. He had the arm strength and everything. He had talent. He's just lazy. Biggest bust. So I put him number one because he was lazy. I don't think Zach Wilson was lazy. He was just inept. But biggest bust in 2007, number one pick, Jamarcus Russell. Number two, 1998, Ryan Leaf. Ryan Leaf could play. It's just that his ego, he thought he could, he was better than anybody else, but when he wasn't. And then the drugs didn't help him either. So that's what it is. With him doing cocaine, doing all that stuff. I'm not gonna say allegedly on that. Those were facts. Him doing coke, doing all that stuff, all the drugs he was taking, messing up with his mental illness and all that stuff. He was messing him up. He was high most of the time, but Ryan Leaf wasn't that bad. He was just that was it. So number one, Jamarcus Russell in 2007. Number two, Ryan Leaf in 1998. Number three, Trent 2012 running back Trent Richardson. Trent Richardson, he didn't live up to the hype. A lot of those guys, they do so much. They work so hard to make it to the pro. They get the money and they gone. Trent Richardson could have been a big contributor in the NFL. He could have been a great running back in the NFL. People say, well, you went to the Cleveland Browns. No, okay. A lot of players went to Cleveland Browns. They could have, but Trent Richardson was in the club every freaking night. He is partying with his boys. And that's what it was. Trent Richardson was in the club. He wasn't help. He wasn't doing anything. He wasn't training. He wasn't learning the playbook. None of that. And that's what it is. And it showed. And the 1999 quarterback, Achilles Smith, trash. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the next person, Vernon Golson, in 2008, defensive end. Vernon Golson was a monster. Vernon Golson was a monster in college. Pure man. Monster. Seeing him play in college, that kid was a freak of nature. Coming to the pros, you can't use your brute force the way you use in college. He had no technique. Zero technique. He was a dumb jock, and he was one of those dumb jocks. He didn't know the playbook. He tried. To his credit, he tried. But in college, he was flying by because he was bigger than most people. He was big and athletic, so the offensive linemen couldn't keep up because those guys were fat. You know what I mean? And they could move, so he was lightning compared to them. He had the speed and the strength, so he was using his bull rush to get to them. But when you get to the pros, everybody's big. Everybody's big. Everybody's fast. So you couldn't keep up. Brendan Golson, I was disappointed. It was a huge disappointment. So, and that's what it was. And then in 2012, Justin Blackmon. Blackmon, was from the Jaguars. Justin Blackmon, biggest bust. He couldn't catch anything. He couldn't run a route. He didn't know where to line up. Trash. Again, a lot of time in college, yeah, you get the help with the coaches, whatever. You can master that stuff because the best player is usually on offense. Anyway, man, Charles Roger, wide receiver for the Lions, 2003. Trash. Again, same thing. Couldn't run a route. He didn't know where to line up. Trash. 1989, offensive tackle from Green Bay Packers. That was Tony Menerich. Trash. 1995, running back from the Bengals. They had Kihana Carter. Kihana Carter. Trash. You know what I mean? And then 2021, the New York Jets picked Zach Wilson. I don't think those players were better than, you know what I mean? Zach Wilson was the dumbest. I'm so glad he's gone. I am so glad he's gone. So you know what I mean? I'm so glad he's gone with the Jets. But the Jets made a lot of bad choices too before Zach Wilson. So of course, for the Jets, top 10 bust, man, I can't say just top 10. The Jets had a lot of bad picks. So number one, Zach Wilson. Number two, you got Vernon Golson. I mentioned that. Number three, Johnny Lamb Jones, trash. Zach Wilson, trash. Vernon Golson, trash. We got Blair Thomas at number four. Roger Vicky, right? We had D. Milliner. D. Milliner actually, it was more injuries. I'm not going to say, injury hurt him. He was a physical corner. He relied more on his speed, and that was it. And with Rex Ryan, too, Rex Ryan didn't work with the guy. He didn't work with him. And then the injury, he gave up on him. Number seven, Dwayne Robertson. Dwayne Robertson was I like the kid. I like Dwayne. I like Dwayne, whatever. The same way, Dukas, all those guys. But it just, Dwayne didn't have, again, the help. He showed flash of greatness. But the position, because a lot of times, too, coaches have a lot to do with it. You got to put the players in the position for them to be successful. You can't put him okay, I'm 305, right? Because of my frame, somebody gonna put me, they're gonna put me in a 4-eye. I'm not gonna be successful from the 4-eye than the way I would be better in a Y9. On a Y9, I'm it's better for me because I know my strength. So if a coach said, no, Rical, I want you to play on the 4-wide. You know what I mean? Let me explain that. Okay, it's like lining up in the middle. You know what I mean? You got the A gap, B gap, right? You got the A and B gap. Those are the middle, whatever. You got the C. You got the you can say D gap, whatever. But those are the edge. You know what I mean? You can say D gap or edge, whatever. But I'm more on the edge. I'm an edge rusher. I'm not a, you know what I mean? So I'm an edge rusher. So putting me as a defensive end, if you tell me, so as an edge rusher, those are the D gap. You can say D gap or edge, based on whatever the scheme. It's still the same, right? It's just different lingo, but it's still the same technique. So putting me on the edge, well, you know what I mean. So it's easier for me to line up with these guys, because again, I have the better opportunity to do that. But when you put me on a 4-eye between the A and B gap, there's a lot of monsters in there. I'm not saying I'm not a monster myself, but I'm just saying there's a lot of big guys there. When you put big guys and whatever, it's not. I'm not a defensive tackle. You know what I mean? I'm not a defensive tackle. So it's different. You know what I mean? Guys like Quentin Jefferson, Quentin Williams, Warren Sapp, those guys are, you know what I mean? Those guys are the easier for them to be in a 4-eye. That's where they thrive. You put them in a wide 9 out there as a defensive end, they're not gonna thrive as much. They're still monsters, but not like that. So you got to put the player where he can succeed. You see his skill set. So Dwayne Robinson could have succeeded with the Jets. It just the position. The coaches didn't know that. These guys didn't know what they're doing. That's what it is. So of course, and then he got hurt. He got discouraged because coming in, he wanted to play for the Jets. He had the opportunity to be here. His thing was to, when I spoke to him, I was a fan of him. I said, like, what's going on? He practiced. He's working out. He's training. The guy lost. He lost the passion for the game. You know what I mean? Because coaching staff didn't know how to use him. But the guy was a good guy. But still, I still put him on the list. You know what I mean? As the BUSTS, but for the Jets. You know what I mean? You got Mekhi Becton. Mekhi Becton is trash, man. The guy was pulling cars. When I saw Mekhi Becton pulling cars, as a Jets fan, I was super excited. I said, yo, let's go, man. You put this guy, this is a guy that's going to protect a quarterback blind side. You're not coming to hit the quarterback with him there. But he's soft. He's Anthony Davis, man. He's soft, bro. I'm like, wait a minute. This man this is a monster on paper, bro. He's a boogeyman. When you see the boogeyman, punch him in the mouth, and what happened? They'll run away. Mekhi Becton is one of those guys, man. Trash, man. Run for rock. Calvin Pryor. Calvin Pryor could have been good. Calvin Pryor started again. I blame Rex Ryan for Calvin Pryor. Calvin Pryor, man, you can't have him 1 minute. You have him playing strong safety, then you put him on a weak side. The next minute you have him at corner. So he didn't. Then you put him in the middle on a slot. So he's learning multiple. The guy, come on, as a rookie coming in, you got to simplify these games. A lot of the coaches, they do all these exotic stuff, thinking that, to look smart. No, you were dumb. I tell a lot of the coaches, man, you just a dumb MF, bro. Because you can't do stuff like that. You got to simplify the game. A lot of the coaches, they doing all this exotic stuff, and you ask them, okay, can you explain it to me? They can't. They do all this stuff to look smart to get the job, but they confuse themselves. They don't know what they're doing. That's why you see the confusion with the games. You got to simplify the game. See ball, get ball. What do you do best? So I think that players like Calvin Pryor, D. Milliner, Dwayne Robinson, those guys, even Vernon Golson. I'm gonna go as far as that. Vernon Golson, Dwayne Robinson, D. Milliner, Calvin Pryor, those guys coming in, you put them in a position, I think Rex Ryan could have done a lot better. So I'm not gonna blame those guys so much. You know what I mean? The Quinn Copples, Darren Lee. You know what I mean? So you know those guys. You know, Quinn Copples was a monster too, but the positioning, you got to know where to put these guys. You got to know where to put them. You know, see ball, get ball. You know, you simplify the game. You don't make it too complex for them, man. The play calling was too complex. They were trying to do this, do that. Nah, man, let him rush the passes. That's his job. So, you know what I mean? But yeah, so Dave Kennigan, Dave Cardigan, Quentin Copples, Darren Lee, you know, in speed, but it, you know, again, it didn't translate. Kyle Brady, Kyle Wilson, you know what I mean? It didn't translate at all, man. But for you know, for the Jets, man, it was rough. It was rough, man. But hey, what can you do, man? Anyway, man, the NFL draft is coming tonight. It is here. The NFL draft is here, man. I'm super excited to be watching. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see what we do tonight with our picks. Yeah, man. We'll see what happens. Anyway, man, Sports Talk. Like, subscribe, and share, man. This is free. You know what I mean? Help me grow this channel, man. Peace out. Good luck with your team tonight. I hope you get the draft pick you want. I hope you're excited. You know what I mean? As a Jets fan myself, I'm excited for the draft. You know what I mean? You know, in a few minutes it's coming up. We'll see what happens. Sports Talk. Peace out, guys.